What's up, Liquor Nation, and welcome into episode 20 of the LakeShow Flow. I'm Gio with my co-host Joe.
What's up, y'all?
So tonight, the Lakers defeat the Hornets 116 to 105. But before we get into the game, we just want to say, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe if you enjoy what you hear. But if you come to our videos every now and then, because we notice we have some spikes and then we have some lower videos. So we just kind of want feedback. If you find yourself clicking on some of them, but not all the time, then just kind of let us know what's going to keep you around, what we could do better, and we'll act accordingly, because we are getting to a point, we're at episode 20. We got 33 subscribers.
Yeah.
We don't want to have more videos than subscribers. So we just kind of want to grow a little more and just know that we're doing this for good reason,
Yeah.
So, like we said, the Lakers did get their fourth win in a row, 116-105. And in that game for the Hornets, you had LaMelo Ball, who started off a little slow. He had 26 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. So he ended up having a good showing. PJ Washington, with his patches in his beard and all, he had 18 points, 8 rebounds. Gordon Hayward didn't have a crazy game, but 7 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds, so kind of all around. And then Scary Terry Rozier with 20 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. And then off their bench, Devontae Graham with 12 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds.
And then for the Lakers, you had LeBron with 37 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. You had Shooter, a.k.a. the Dark Knight, with 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. And then you had Kyle Kuzma with 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And then THT with 12 points, a rebound, and 2 assists.
So I still can't, decide if we're calling, Dennis, he is the Dark Knight. We said that first, but I'm kind of liking the Flash thing. But then D Wade has the Flash, so
yeah, it's really taken by
he's
Wade.
just so fast.
Who else is fast?
We can call him the Reverse Flash. I just know all this stuff because, my brother's been watching The Flash. But anyways, getting into this game, we started off with the same alley-oop attempt to Damian Jones, which is interesting. That's like our opening
3
play.
games in a row we've done the same play.
And the first 2, it was successful. And I think one of them he had to catch it and then dunk it. But that was just nice to see. Like, he's getting the first touch of the game.
Yeah.
But then after that, we didn't get that. So Terry Rozier gets a 3-point play right away. And he can have big games sometimes. So we don't ever want someone like that. He's called Scary Terry for a reason.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get him going.
Yeah, like you said, he could get going. Battle of the guards, I guess you could say. He had his 2 baskets and 2 free throws. And then Dennis had 4 baskets and 2 free throws. So started off good. Was attacking right away.
Yeah.
Was getting those switches and getting into the paint and getting those fadeaway little mid-range jumpers, so it's good to see him attack, especially when he has someone on him that isn't really particularly a defensive guard.
Yeah.
So it's good to see him get going. LeBron started off really, really hot. LeBron had 2 threes, 2 baskets, 3 free throws. I feel like LeBron, I think he's at his best when he's in transition. There's this drop step into a spin he does all the time.
Yeah.
And no one ever stops it either. It's one of those things you would think people would be like, all right, it's coming. But he's so good at it. I feel like if you could just do that more in transition, or at least be the guy that is running the transition and not the guy that's making the pass.
Yeah.
He could probably get some easy baskets, but he had a pretty good start.
Yeah, LeBron, I was telling you, I think he heard what LaMelo said. He wants LaMelo to be excited to play LeBron, and because LaMelo, if you guys didn't hear it, LaMelo had said, they asked him if he was excited to play against LeBron for the first time, and he said not really, that he didn't really look up to basketball players besides his father. So so that was interesting. But I think LeBron was like, all right, let's just, you're going to respect it.
I don't know. I think LeBron's got so much other things on his mind. He could care less what a rookie 18-year-old kid is saying.
But he listens, though. You can tell. You remember that game where that person on the Cavs sideline, he was like, all right.
Yeah, but it's he's just a kid. He's basically the same age as his son. That's who cares,
Well, he was walking him to the
your brother Diego telling me, I don't care if Joe beats me. Well, I don't care if I do beat you. I'm supposed to.
Joe, we both know you'll make sure you beat him, and you'll rub it in.
No mercy.
He'll rub it.
I've made that kid cry.
So you kind of cared.
I've made that kid cry.
I don't think LeBron cared. I just think if he heard it, he was like,
it's an interesting thing to talk about, but I don't.
He'll see what I do then. Who cares? But yeah, so like we said, the offense was rolling. It was like you talked about Dennis being more aggressive. Our offense is at its best when Dennis is doing his thing because, like we said, it gets our shooters space because everyone's got to kind of like commit to inside.
Yeah.
So our offense was rolling. Trez was getting some offensive boards when he came in the game, but he just couldn't find the hoop. Like a lot of his second chance buckets or even just regular layups just weren't falling, and he's been hot. So I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, he only had a free throw in that first quarter, and Kuzma had a 3. And then Morris and Jones both got a basket. But one thing that was good to see about Jones is he had this block. It was pretty early in the game, but it was just good to see it because I feel like that's the one thing we're missing when it comes to our center position.
Yeah.
That guy that is athletic. I mean, we do have Trez, but Trez is for the second unit. We need someone else possibly in the first unit or someone else that can maybe also bring that to the team. So
it makes me... Go ahead.
It's just good to see because he's young, he's raw. Maybe we could develop him into something. It's just good to see that he has potential,
Yeah, it makes me excited about possibly, getting Drummond because you've been hearing that, and he does that. So, even Whiteside. But yeah, we end the first quarter though up by 7, 31-24, and we're just kind of rolling at that point. Start off the second quarter though, Wesley Matthews, a guy that we kind of expect more from him in terms of shooting, but in this game he came up pretty big on defense. He had 2 straight steals, and the second one what led to a THT lob to Braun, so that was a good one. But then we had one of the guys that I was kind of like, he's kind of one of those guys that can go off. Devontae Graham hits his first 3, and he hit more later, but we'll talk about that. But this is where Trez, like we said, he cleans up. He had a second chance dunk in this one. We had some good ball movement, too, in this.
Just in the game, overall, we had a lot of good ball movement. I feel like people are slowly understanding, because I feel like in the beginning of the season, THT is one of those guys that was just always trying to go 100, always trying to score.
Yeah.
So I feel like with him being that guy in the second unit that's running the point and could also move the ball and create for others, it's helping the offense just flow. Because obviously LeBron could do it, Dennis could do it.
Yeah.
Kuzma is showing a lot more flashes with his playmaking.
Yeah.
I feel like when you have guys that could go off from both units and do that, it just keeps the ball moving in the flow. And I feel like with the absence of AD, the longer he's away, the more these guys are understanding that they can step up, they can do things, they're able to, play together. So I feel like maybe AD being hurt, I would never want to see AD hurt, but him being hurt is kind of a blessing in disguise. I feel like everyone's kind of slowly coming into their own.
Yeah.
And,
you just want to see them keep that same energy, even they're not going to get as many touches, but they're going to just to have the confidence to keep attacking like that. And like we talk about THT, the good thing about him developing more as a playmaker is that it takes a lot less reps off LeBron, because when Dennis is out and LeBron's in there for a while, it was just, even if he was in there with some second unit players, he was still running the offense. Yeah. So you got a guy like THT giving him another option to lead the breaks and stuff like that. That's good for our team. But and then West had his third steal of that, and then it led to, like we said, Kyle Kuzma turning around, giving it to Braun for the dunk. So that was a beautiful finish on that. And then he didn't mess up. I was gonna say earlier, he messed up the ball movement on one of the plays we had, and then he ended up scoring a 3 on good ball movement. Yeah. So that was some good stuff. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much, we started taking over the game. At least we thought. But we ended up leading the half 60-45. And yeah, we pretty much, it looked like we were going to blow them out. We were pretty much leading in all categories. We had more rebounds than them. They had 2 more assists than us. They had more turnovers. Our bench was scoring more, which is to be expected. Yeah. And their highest scorer was 10 points for Terry Rozier at that point, and LeBron had 22. So it just looked like a game that was going to get out of hand, Yeah. But then you get into the third quarter, and Hayward opens with the 3-point play. Terry Rozier gets an easy layup, and Miles Bridges with a 3-point play. So they go on a 10-0 run.
Yeah, right away.
Yeah, so it was kind of worrisome because, like you said in the game, you were like, this hasn't happened in a while, and it hasn't. We've been able to keep our leads. So I think they're just a young team that could kind of just get out and do their thing. So
yeah, they definitely are a young team that could run. They have a lot of explosive players. Like you said, the 10-2 run eventually turned into a 17-4 run.
Yeah, so they just kept going.
So it extended, but we were able to answer back with a 10-2 run for ourselves.
Yeah.
So we were able to kind of get the game back and kind of get momentum back on our side. But in that quarter, I mean, no one really stepped up on our side. I mean, I feel like everyone kind of contributed, Even LeBron only had a basket and a three. Kuzma had 2 threes. THT and a basket. Trez with a basket. KCP with a three and a basket. And on their side, you know, you had LaMelo a three, 2 baskets and a free throw, and
he
then
started coming alive.
started coming alive, you know. And then Washington with 2 threes, who was just consistent. I feel like the entire game, you know.
Yeah.
I just feel like I said, the runs, it hasn't happened in a while. I'm not too concerned about it. It's going to happen. Everyone goes through those droughts in basketball. It just happens, you know. But I feel like if you've been watching the games, the ball movement has slowly gotten just really, really good.
Yeah.
I feel like these guys are all understanding how to play with each other. I feel like everyone's trying to accept their roles. I feel like KCP is slowly getting his confidence back.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, Kuz is learning how to be a playmaker and not just someone that scores and rebounds. THT is learning how to get assists. You know, Trez is playing bigger than what he is. I feel like everyone's just playing good. You know, even Morris in the starting lineup, he's not dropping 20 points, but
he's doing what we said.
He's doing what you expect from the fourth option.
Just be Diet Kuzma.
That's all you gotta do. So I mean, the team was playing good. I feel like the only thing, you know, that we could say, I guess, a negative is we're still turning over the ball.
Yeah.
You know, there's still some things that when it comes to turnovers that we need to clean up. This is against Charlotte, that, you know, they're not the best team. They're only a game over 500, and they're young, crazy young. So
yeah, they got a lot of good pieces, but they're not a team that they're not a contender. You know,
no,
like no one expects them to make a crazy run this year.
Yes, the turnovers definitely need to be cleaned up, though.
Yeah, that for sure. When we started getting back in the, or you know, getting our lead back, it was when we started going back to what we were saying is like ball movement.
Yeah.
Because for a while it was like some weird offense. Like we were just kind of letting the shot clock run down. It was just some bad habits coming back. But it was good to see us recover from that. And we ended up being up 83-78 going into the fourth.
Yeah.
And in the fourth quarter, Schroeder hits a three right away. Trez drew another charge. What's new? You know, he just does that. And then, yeah, he had another second chance opportunity, and then he missed it. Like the rim was just being dirty to him. Then he missed both free throws, so it just wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Trez.
Was bad.
It wasn't a Trezmanian Devil style game, you know. But
no.
we expect him to do good going down the stretch. Like it's not too worrisome because it was just some weird rolls.
He's had way more good games than bad games.
Yeah,
you got to understand he is a bench player. You know, he's a bench player for a reason. Not saying that he can't start for certain teams, but he's a backup center. You can't expect him to just always do good. You know, but like you said,
it's like a bonus when he goes off like that.
Yeah, you know, but he does all the other little things. He gets rebounds. He's actually tied for first in taking charges in the NBA this year.
Yeah,
you know, so things like that, they help your team. You know, and the scoring, like you said, it's just a bonus. But in that fourth, I think we just started taking over. Like everyone started doing what they needed to do. You know, Morris had a three and a basket. You had Dennis at 2 threes and 2 baskets. You had LeBron with 3 baskets, 2 free throws. THT with a basket and 2 free throws. Even Alex Caruso had a basket and 2 free throws. So like everyone kind of just started to chip in. The ball movement was great. I feel on their end, what kind of screwed them and helped us. LaMelo Ball was in foul trouble.
Yeah.
He did have 5 fouls. I think they took him out at the 7-minute mark, and he set pretty much at the 2-minute mark. So
yeah, I don't know what that was. Like I told you too at one point when Devontae Graham got free throws, like maybe they don't want to. You know, they usually take out Graham for him.
Yeah.
But they just took way too long to put him back in.
Because it was kind of close still for a while. It was like a 10-point game for a bit, and they could have maybe clawed back in, but.
Yeah, they put him in after we had went on a 10-0 run, and we're up by 11, pretty much.
Yeah, momentum was already gone. But I feel like as far as them, they're a young team that if they could just keep the core that they have, they could potentially one day in the future become maybe a problem. I feel like LaMelo's going to be special. I've been saying it since day one. He's definitely going to be better than his brother. I feel like he's just going to be special one day, you know. But overall, I mean, a good win. 3rd game in a row that I feel like offensively we've been playing really good. Obviously, defensively, we could still be a little bit better. I mean, this is probably the 3rd game in a row I think we've had the opponent going 100, the triple-digit mark. So, defensively, we could still be a little bit better. I feel like the point paint's still a problem, obviously. But what do you expect? I mean, Jones isn't the answer. He's just too young, and he's too green and raw to put that responsibility on him right now.
Yeah, he's not really an offensive force either. So most of our pain points come from LeBron or just someone driving in, Kuz, stuff like that. But I mean, the team overall, they're doing good. They're looking good coming out of the break. We're only 2 games behind the Jazz now because they lost a few. So we're 28-13. They're 29-11, and we're gonna just hopefully keep the momentum rolling against the Hawks on Saturday. So, like we said, a good win, 4th in a row, and I just can't wait to get AD back, man. Because honestly, we need to be really smart about that because we see what the team could do even with him hurt.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were talking about this little tough schedule, that we've had coming out of the All-Star break, and we've been looking good. So the longer we can kind of let him rest and then, put him back in the lineup and do good, then I think it's the best move for us. But yeah. So I mean, like we said, if you're new to the channel, give us some feedback. Let us know what you enjoy. Let us know what you don't enjoy. Leave a like on the video if you enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you in the next video.
And be safe, Laker Nation.